These are the SoundPEATS Air 5 Pros. These might be the best valued earbuds I've ever used. With a retail price that's more than a third cheaper, you might say that these are AirPod Pro killers. Let me tell you why. Let's get into it. When it comes to budget earbuds, the brand I've been recommending the most is SoundPEATS. My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for Everyday People. Today, we're looking at the SoundPEATS Air 5 Pro true wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. Full disclosure, SoundPEATS did reach out to me, asked me if I'd take a look at these earbuds. Although they did supply these to me for free, they're not seeing this video before it goes up. All my opinions are my own. Actually, these are the fifth earbuds that I've reviewed from SoundPEATS. You could say that I'm a bit of a fan. Not all the SoundPeats earbuds have been that I've reviewed have been a very big hit, but all I know is if it's from SoundPeats, they're going to be very well built and very well put together. And the SoundPeats Air 5 Pros are no different. The Air 5 Pros have what they are calling high-res audio and Snapdragon Sound powered by Qualcomm. I would say this is Qualcomm's answer to Apple's system on a chip. Apple has their H1 and H2 chips, while Qualcomm has their QCC 3091 chips. But what does this mean for the user? This just means higher quality sound, better performance, even over Bluetooth. These have 10mm composite drivers for rich bass, detailed mids, and crisp highs. Now, I think the standout feature and what gives these the Pro badge attached to them is the fact that they have ANC, or what they're calling adaptive noise cancellation. Now, SoundPeats claims that it can cut up to about a negative 55 decibels. Now, I'll get into that more when I talk about my experience using these earbuds. You can get up to 7.5 hours of playtime and up to a total of 37 hours if you include the charging case. Now, you can get up to 2 hours of playback with just 10 minutes of charge. The Air 5 Pros differ from the Air 5 Lights that I reviewed before because they have more of an in-ear seal style fit. So it does come with a total of three different sizes of ear tips. The Air 5 Lights have a one size fits all. As far as comfort is concerned, I think the Air 5 Lights feel a little bit better in my ears because they're just so light, and so you can really easily forget that they're in your ears. Now, the main downside is that the Air 5 Lights don't offer any kind of seal in the ears. The Air 5 Pros, you get more of a seal, which means it cuts out more of the outside noise, and it really allows things like the bass to really pop. Even with a tighter seal, I still find the Air 5 Pros super comfortable to wear. The best comparison with these is the difference between AirPods and the AirPods Pro. Now, if you've ever tried either of them, you'll know that the AirPods have this kind of rest in your ear fit, and the AirPods Pro offer a more seal that go more in your ear as well. The SoundPeats Air 5 Pros pass both the shake test and the jump test. They're ultra light at 4.8 grams, but even at the same time, they never feel like they were going to fall out ever. The Air 5 Pros claim to have something called flagship lossless audio quality, where you can hear every detail. Like their other earbuds, they support something called LDAC, which stands for Lossless Digital Audio Codec. Now, LDAC is really only supported by a handful of devices and mainly more high end Android devices. Of course, I'm all Apple as far as all my devices are concerned, so I don't have any way to really test out the LDAC codec. But my experience has been really positive. The sound is very well balanced, and even certain types of music, the bass can really pop and really stand out. Now, these are really a step up from the Air 5 Lights due to the in ear seal design, but also overall, the hardware and the drivers in the Air 5 Pros are just more advanced. Now, I mainly listen to spoken content, and everything was very crisp and clear. Now, full disclosure, I don't have the newer AirPods or AirPod Pros to compare these to. I did compare these to my wired Shure SE215s, which are a solid pair of IEMs or in-ear monitors. And as far as music is concerned, I really enjoyed the sound coming out from the Air 5 Pros so much better. As far as ANC or adaptive noise cancellation is concerned, it works very well. Now, to turn it on, you just need to long press the left earbud, and you'll hear the earbuds change modes to say ANC mode. Now, because of the timing of this release of this video, I haven't been able to fully test these out on a plane, which is the ultimate test. But in a noisy coffee shop, these worked incredibly. I was able to really focus on what I was doing. And even with loud music going on in the background, it just really drowned it out. Now, the only other pair of headphones or earbuds with noise cancellation that I own or have used are my Wise headphones, and those are over the ear headphones. So, and those really work really well on an airplane. So I can imagine that these will do very well as well. So I'll be flying out in a few weeks and I'll be able to fully test these out. Now, when you press the left earbud again, once it's in ANC mode, the Air5 Pros put it into a transparency or pass through mode where you're able to hear the outside world. Now, this might be important because even without ANC mode on, these are in-ear, a seal fit style earbuds, which can really block out a lot of noise. But if you're out and about and you need to be more aware of your surroundings, having it in transparency or pass-through mode might be important. So I'm going to do my usual microphone test, and I always test using my first gen AirPods because I really think that really set the standard of how true wireless earbuds should sound as far as the microphone quality is concerned. They do this beam conforming or forming microphone. Then I'm going to compare it to my Air 5 lights as well.
My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for Everyday People, and I'm using my first gen Apple AirPods. How do they sound? My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for Everyday People, and I'm using my SoundPEATS Air5 lights. How do they sound? My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for Everyday People, and I'm using my SoundPEATS Air5 Pros. How do they sound?
And someone made a comment and a great suggestion in one of my previous review videos on how do these microphones sound in even in a noisy environment. So here's a test I did of the Air 5 Pros in a very noisy coffee shop.
My name is Patrick, and this is Everyday Tech for Everyday People. And I'm at a busy or noisy coffee shop in the city. And this is how this microphone sounds in a noisy environment. To give you a comparison, this is how the sound from my M1 MacBook Air sounds from my microphones to kind of give you a good comparison. How do they compare? This is from my M1 MacBook Air, and this is from the Air 5 Pro earbuds.
So one thing that is really important to me is the ability to easily change between multiple devices. Now with the Air 5 Pros, I can pair up to two devices at the same time, but I potentially connect up to three devices. My MacBook Air, my iPad Pro, and my iPhone. And I switch between these devices quite often. Now the quickest way to change devices is to disconnect from the current device, and then connect the earbuds to a new device. But sometimes that device that the earbuds are connected to isn't readily accessible or that convenient right in front of you. So to put the Air 5 Pros into a pairing mode, there's a pairing button on the charging case. But in order for the earbuds to go into pairing mode, they actually need to be in the charging case itself. And so while they're in the case, you flip open the case, you press the button until the LED on the front turns white. Then you can connect it to the new device. Now, the Air 5 lights are a little bit easier because they don't have to be in the case. It can actually be in your ears. It's really not that big of a deal, but I just wanted to let you know that there's an extra step with the Air 5 Pros. Overall, what do I think of the SoundPEATS Air 5 Pro earbuds? With the great overall sound you get with these, combined with an excellent adaptive noise canceling mode, it's hard to beat with the value that you get. Now, these earbuds compete directly with Apple's AirPod Pros and the AirPod 4s with noise cancellation. Now, the AirPod Pros are more than 3 times the price of these, and the AirPod 4s with noise cancellation are more than double the price. The Apple products rarely go on sale, and at the time of this recording, you can actually get these earbuds for an introductory price of under $60. Yes, with Apple products, you get that awesome pairing experience and seamless integration with iOS and other Apple operating systems. But integrating these earbuds into the Apple ecosystem hasn't been an issue or even a hassle for me. Now, these days, getting the best bang for your buck is super important, and these deliver in every way. Now, what would make these the perfect earbuds is that if they would have support wireless charging. Even my cheap key earbuds that I got for under $10 has wireless charging. But despite not having wireless charging, I honestly think that these are the best valued earbuds out on the market. Thanks again to SoundPEATS for sending these out to me. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Until the next one, see ya.